Hello and welcome to a short BiteWISe video looking again at hints and tips for choosing the right journal to publish in. We have previously looked at this topic in terms of identifying a journal based on the topic of your research and the audience you wanted to reach. In this video, we will look in more detail at evaluating journals based on their characteristics. Both of these approaches should be used together when making the final selection of a journal to submit to. More and more staff and students are being contacted by dubious publishers. The library encourages everyone to be on their guard if they are contacted by a publisher with an offer for publication. In academic publishing, predatory publishing is an exploitative open access publishing business model that involves charging publication fees to authors without providing the editorial and publishing services associated with legitimate journals. These publishers often cold call for articles, and their emails are designed to flatter the author and offer enticing benefits, such as royalties for your work, quick publication, and to retain your copyright. Many of these publishers will follow through with their promises, but in contracts that are designed to work solely in the publisher's favour. For example, yes, they will pay you royalties, but only after your book has sold an impossibly high number of copies. These publishers also achieve their quick turnaround times by not offering the kind of copy editing and layout services you would get with a legitimate publisher. Publishing with predatory publishers can restrict your ability to further publish the work elsewhere in more legitimate places. ThinkCheckSubmit.org is a service designed to provide authors with a checklist of questions and resources to help them research a publisher to decide if they are the best place for your research. More research is being published worldwide every year, with some estimates putting the rate of publication at one journal article every 18 seconds. New journals are launched each week, and journals regularly move from one publisher to another. Sadly, stories of publisher malpractice and deception are also on the rise. It can be very challenging to find up-to-date guidance when choosing where to publish. How can you be sure the journal you're considering is the right journal for your research? Reference this list for your chosen journal to check if it's trusted. This is an abbreviated list based on a longer one found at thinkchecksubmit.org. These questions, and those on the longer list, should be easy to answer from the journal's website. Often the information can be found in the journal's policy section or in the instructions to authors, but in some cases it may be held at the publisher level. Once you've answered the questions, consider recording your answers in a journal list, adding to it as you move through the publication process, recording how you found working with a particular journal. That way, when you come to submit the next paper, you have this as a resource to build on. Submit your article only if you're happy you can answer yes to most or all of the questions mentioned above. Publishing in the right journal for your research will raise your professional profile and help you progress in your career. Your paper should be indexed or archived and be easily discoverable. Remember, your publisher is making your work available to boost their journal as well as your career. You should expect a professional experience where your work is reviewed and edited appropriately. Only once you're happy with what you need to do for the journal and what they will do for you should you submit your article. The Directory of Open Access Journals, or DOAJ, is one place to find a list of credible open access journals. The database has strict requirements for journals joining the database. These requirements include assurances of peer review, confirmations of copyright and the use of open licenses, and longevity of support for the journals. The Simago Journal and Country Rank and Journal Citation Reports are indexes of journal titles, both open access and traditional, which have an impact factor or impact factor equivalent score associated with them. Simago uses the Scopus list of journals. These journals go through an evaluation by a panel of subject experts to assess their quality before being included into the database. In the same way, the Journal Citation Reports use the Web of Science list of journals. Journal Reviewer is a useful site where authors and peer reviewers can log information about their interactions with a particular journal or publisher. Use these reviews with the same amount of caution you would give any online review site, but the reviews may give you useful information on the journal's practices. The Open Access Scholarly Publishers Association is a professional body that represents the views and interests of the open access publishing community and advocates for best practice and knowledge sharing between publishers. Journals published by these publishers are legitimate. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you.